Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be doing Death Korps of Krieg Remastered. My older breakdowns had some technical issues that we're going to update, and I've learned significantly more lore since these episodes were first shot. Today we're going to be breaking down Death Korps of Krieg by Sodaz, AbsolutelyNothing, Vrax, and Janovich, and setting these videos in the context of the Battle of Vrax. This episode is brought to you by Starforge.com, an officially licensed Games Workshop merchandise shop selling the finest jewelry, pins, purity seals, busts, and so much more. Right now they're offering an 8% off their waterproof Imperial mailer bag. This isn't just for show, it's a ruggedized and functional piece of equipment perfect for any Imperial pilgrim. Included is a cutting board, water bottle, and even an Ultramarines themed umbrella. If you're looking to get some bling for yourself or a loved one this Christmas, Starforge.com has a variety of necklaces, rings, challenge coins, and pendants for every faction. If you're a pious and loyal Imperial citizen, a Xeno sympathizer, or even a worshiper of the Dark Gods, they have something for you. Check out the links in the description below. One of the most notable campaigns the Death Korps of Krieg were instrumental in was the Siege of Vrax. To set the stage, Cardinal Zafan on the armory world of Vrax began to consort with the people. Sick of idleness of religious study and sermons, he whipped up the proletariat into a frenzy, promising to lead them in a holy war against those who corrupt the Emperor's will. The sermons took on a classist tinge, promising to deliver justice against the exploiters of the faithful, and the Cardinal assembled a massive Fraterus militia who were granted access to the vast armories of the planet. Several Sisters of the Argent Shroud monitored the developments on the planet and reported the boiling unrest back to the Church. Attempting to quell an insurrection before it began, the Church dispatched a Vindicare sniper assassin. Unfortunately, the Cardinal's Rosarius deflected the shot, the assassin was killed, and the Cardinal's survival was seen as the holy will of the Emperor. The Sisters were imprisoned, and the planet entered open rebellion, promising to bring the Emperor's justice to their enemies. I promise to address the Hydra armor later in this video. Debate over who would handle the rebellion raged between the Ecclesiarchy, the Inquisition, and the Departamento Munitorum. The Church wanted to clean up the mess and save public embarrassment. The Inquisition Ordo Hereticus never misses an opportunity to put down a rebellion. Ultimately, though, the Adeptus Munitorum won out, as the arid climate of Vrax was the perfect manufacturing and storage area for metric tons of the Imperium's finest weaponry. And, as the logisticians for the Guard, the loss of the world would be unacceptable. The Death Korps of Krieg, some of the finest siege troops in the Imperium, were dispatched to Vrax to strangle the rebellion into submission.
executing them until we get a reply. Until we get a sit rep on our regiment to our east, we cannot act. Send in reserves to reinforce further down the line. Make sure that flank is held. Call in danger close bombardments if need be.
Sir.
State your number and regiment, Guardsman.
Troop 302-1, messenger from the 301st Krieg Regiment.
Our eastern flank? We've been trying to contact you for the past 3 hours. What's going on?
Our lines have taken heavy casualties, and communications have been cut. Our commander sent my squad to report that the 301st will be withdrawing to the second line due to crippling losses.
Retreating? We have orders to take the Heretic line and secure as much land as possible for the 22nd Regiment inbound. We have to advance. Get our armored platoons ready swiftly. I want Earthshaker rounds raining on their lines until I give the order to stop. Have the Guardsmen ready to go over. Guardsmen, where's the rest of your squad?
Dead, sir.
Very well. Join the lines.
Yes, sir.
The attention to detail in Absolutely Nothing's animation is fantastic and captures the stoic deathcore of Krieg perfectly. The homeworld of Krieg was once a bustling hive world home to frenetic manufacturing and billions of souls. The oligarchy of the planet bristled under the imperial tithe and eventually declared themselves independent. The Imperium was unable to respond to the revolt, but ordered the isolated loyalists to fight to the last and exact retribution on the traitors. The loyalists were soon fought to a single hive, and victory by conventional means was impossible. Unwilling to hand over a world to renegades, Colonel Yurton of the 83rd Krieg Regiment burned the planet in nuclear hellfire. The traitors, unprepared for such a desperate gambit, were caught in the blasts, radiation, and nuclear winter of the attack. The Loyalists burrowed deep into the crust of the planet and fought the remaining traitors trench by trench and mile by mile until the planet was reclaimed. Now dug deep into the earth, Krieg vat grows millions of soldiers each year, sending most of their population into the Imperium's wars to atone for the sins of their planet. Krieg, the German word for war, is now a desolate, radiological wasteland, crisscrossed by trenches and bunkers, a testament to the holy war fought on its surface. Krieg troopers are rarely seen without their masks, are fearless in the face of death, and will spend decades and millions of lives to break any siege. This is captured perfectly by the Kriegsman catching around and dying to little fanfare by his peers. A courier locates a command bunker by finding another warrior at present arms, a rifle salute. The courier brings news of the obliteration of his regiment and their fallback to a secondary line of defense. Unwilling to accept the lost ground, the commander orders a counterattack, and the courier rejoins the lines.
Guardsmen! Fix bayonets! Equip bayonets! Be ready for blood!
Incoming!
Enemy artillery rounds ring in the ears of the troopers as they wait to charge across no man's land. An interesting detail about commissars assigned to the Krieg is that in other regiments they are often needed to enforce morale and execute the cowardly. When assigned to Krieg regiments, commissars are seen as a restraining element on the forces, preventing the Death Corps from charging headlong into the fray. The commissar orders bayonets to be affixed and blows his whistle signaling the charge. The troopers earn their reputation, flinging themselves headlong across no man's land, never faltering even as they're cut down. The rebels have access to the armories of Vrax and therefore have weapons on par with the Imperial siege troops. The Vraxian rebels are shown with autoguns, weapons akin to 20th century battle rifles, and an autocannon, a weapon designed to pulverize light vehicles and armored troops. Unfortunately for the autocannon crew, the Krieg brought a plasma gunner across no man's land who cooks the crew. A smoke grenade makes no man's land easier for other troops to cross, as Death Corps troopers do what they do best, clearing the line with their Lucius pattern las guns. The Lucius uses a standard charge cell, but concentrates the las shot, making it more powerful in exchange for a slower fire rate and faster drain on the battery. The trooper makes quick work of the rebels, double tapping one, knocking out a few others with las shots before parrying a saber and driving his bayonet into the throat of an enemy, twisting it to maximize the damage and free the blade before withdrawing it clearly. As a Marine veteran, I appreciate his handiwork, as the technique would look right at home in actual Marine Corps bayonet drills and Table 2 shooting ranges. The attention to detail is amazing as a particularly defiant rebel waits to ambush his attackers. Our Kriegsman, clearly drilled to perfection, this time uses a fragmentation grenade as a distraction before using suppressing fire to move on the rebel. The rebel blind fires but almost loses his arm and head in the process. He throws his rifle as a distraction before trying to chain axe our trooper. Unwilling to concede any advantage, our trooper first executes a beautiful push kick and tries to shoot the rebel from the hip. Since his las gun was damaged by the chain axe, he opts for the most meaned melee weapon in history, the entrenching shovel, to best the Vraxian rebel and nearly decapitate him. This harrowing action happens thousands if not millions of times as Imperial and Vraxian forces fight across the trenches and defensive lines of the Citadel. And if you thought to yourself that the chain axing and decapitation of humans might attract some nefarious, potentially demonic forces, you aren't wrong. Krieg saw early success creeping on rebel lines and even breaking through them at night. However, blue armored Astartes walked through Imperial lines, tactfully stating that they wished to bring a quick end to the conflict. Rather than noble Space Marines desiring to cut the head off the snake, these were Alpha Legion Chaos Space Marines desiring to reinforce the rebels. It is not known when Cardinal Zathan realized that his righteous cause had been co-opted by Chaos, but to save his own neck, he accepted the aid offered by the Alpha Legion and soon after, Chaos reinforcements. Vrax descended into a whirlwind of slaughter as Loyalist Krieg and Titans didn't just face the considerable defenses of Vrax, but Chaos Astartes warbands, Chaos Titans, and legions of cultists. Alarmed by the Chaos forces descending on the planet, the Ordo Malleus took command, trying to foil whatever foul plans were afoot. A call to arms went out answered by the Grey Knights, Red Scorpions, Red Hunters, Dark Angels, and Angels of Absolution, turning Vrax from a small ecclesiarchal rebellion to a flashpoint chaos incursion. While the Siege of Vrax doesn't mention Cadian forces by name, the Scarus sector is adjacent to the Eye of Terror and the now-destroyed planet of Cadia. Not only that, but mechanized auxiliaries were used during various parts of the campaign to push Chaos forces. Unfortunately for this column, Chaos does a healthy chunk of pushing back. The advanced senses of the Dark Angel alert the column to the Chaos ambush, with the first shot of the engagement being a bolt cutting a cultist in half. Missile teams strike the Lehman Russ battle tanks, the armored backbone of the Imperial Guard, named after the Primarch of the Space Wolves. Another Dark Angel starts using a Stalker pattern bolt gun, an Astartes designated marksman rifle, to return fire as Black Legion Chaos Space Marines swarm. A well-aimed missile maims a Dark Angel and wounds the tank as Chaos forces begin to dominate. Just as all seems lost, a war horn is blown and the Death Riders take the field. The Death Corps of Krieg are not just known for being dogged and intractable siege troops, but are also known for their fierce cavalry. They ride atop steeds that are descended from the horses of Terra, but have been gene spliced with large predators to make them fearless, aggressive, and capable of shrugging off impossible wounds. The riders wield explosive lances that cut through heretic armor with ease. In their wake follow the humble troopers, cutting down the heretics with precision lasfire. The momentum of the Krieg heartens the normally stoic Dark Angel, and he joins them in their charge. There's no shortage of bravery amongst the Imperial Guard, but the Death Corps take it to another level, charging through their own artillery barrages to disorient the enemy and capitalize on the bedlam. The Death Corps and Dark Angel bound through the heretic trench system, the Space Marine acting as mobile cover and precision fire, while the Death Corps mop up survivors and clear adjoining tunnels. A Khorne Berserker, a heretic Astartes dedicated to the Blood God, bursts into the tunnelway and even beats the Dark Angel in melee combat. Just as he's about to finish his loyalist cousin, he can't resist charging the meatbag mortals coming his way. The Death Corps account themselves well, but are only able to kill the Berserker with a grenade bundle, saving the Dark Angel, the Cadian tanker from earlier, and earning their fearsome reputation. As is common in the 40k universe, this grisly violence is just the tip of the iceberg. Imperial forces under Inquisitor Rex's command would breach the Citadel only to uncover horrible chaos rituals. Greater demons would pour into the battle, slaughtering hundreds of thousands of guardsmen. It took the might of the Ordo Malleus and their Grey Knight contingent to slaughter the demons and banish them back to hell. Which brings us to the end for now. Did you have a good time? Because I sure as hell did. If you like this content, then click the like button, comment down below, and subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell. If you're into politics, check out the other channels down in the description. If you want to hang out with other nerds, then join the Discord. Become a YouTube member or a patron on patreon.com/counterpoints and support our sponsors. I appreciate you. Catch you in the next one. Until the end.